Hello, welcome back to the Hutchinson Veterans Outreach Program. I am here with Kathy Zachman, and we are at Angel's Reigns. And Kathy, you have a beautiful place on here. I hear you're just getting started, kind of. So we're here today. We actually came out for your cowboy church and for lunch, and it's a beautiful place on here. But I'd like you to kind of tell everybody what this place is for and what it's about and how you got started a little bit.
Well, Angel Reigns Stable is a place of horses and healing. We have rescue horses. 8 of our horses are rescue cats. In all honesty, this was not my idea. It's a mission God placed in my heart many years ago, and I just followed what He's asked me to do, and little by little the doors are opening, and I always knew I wanted to work with the veterans, and we also work with survivors of human trafficking. Just people who have been through trauma and abuse, and as our horses have. And it's so peaceful out here, and I just know it's meant to be shared.
Exactly. Now, equestrian, now you do equestrian riding?
You know, we have a horsemanship skills program, but it's pretty limited. Our goal is to build an indoor arena with an attached office. First, we have to get the land next door, but that'll come in time. And then we'll have lessons, actual skill training. We do hop on horses, but we have an actual program. But we also just do, it's called on-the-ground therapy. We will do grounding with a horse, which is an exchange of energy, and it can calm one. Sometimes just literally spending time with the horse. There was a vet out here today, and the horses really took to him, and he did to the horses. There's an energy exchange and an understanding.
Well, I noticed I actually went up and got to visit with one of the horses. I wasn't quite sure of how it was with the chairs, so I approached it real calm.
Oh, good.
And
how did it go?
It went beautiful.
Oh, I'm glad.
So he let me pet his nose, and it was like, okay, well, it's not the chair isn't such a chair, or the chair isn't such a scary thing.
Yeah, they probably sensed how calm you were. Yeah. You weren't a threat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I know animals have that and can bring out that peace in people.
They do.
Without ever even thinking about it.
Oh, yeah.
It's part of nature.
Yes. There's a real healing that goes on.
Exactly. Now, how long have you been doing this?
Boy, in actuality, probably, what year are we? Maybe 4 years?
Okay.
But we were doing the work before we had a name. We've been doing this, but we just got some structure to it.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, and now we just want to have our 501c3 with the COVID. It's been taking a while, but we're getting there. But we've been doing the work. We don't charge. It's a mission of love.
Now, I heard there's a story that goes with Angel's Reigns' name.
Oh.
So would you like to fill us in on that one?
Sure. One of my very dearest friends, Christine, who's the vice chair of Angel Reigns, she and I were riding a rescue named Cowboy. He came from a kill lot in Louisiana. He's pretty famous. A lot of people believe Cowboy's their horse. He's just so healing. So Christine was riding, let me see. She was riding Gideon and I was riding Cowboy. And we were riding down the road, bareback, no bits, no hardware, just halters and reins. And we're just laughing and feeling like we're 12 years old and talking. And I say to Chris, look at these angels. Look at them. We're riding loose reins. Because they trust us, and it was just this friendship. And then later was trying to think of a name for the program, and it's like Angel Reigns Stable. So, yeah, and Cowboy and Gideon are quite a pair. Gideon was a misfit of sort before Cowboy came. Cowboy came from Louisiana very sick. He wasn't well, came from a kill lot. And him and Gideon became best friends. And they just run and they play and they're best friends. So horses have friends too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, they have their family.
They have family.
They do. And I know a lot of people don't understand how nature really does bond to each other.
Yes.
They have families just like we have families. They have people that they pick on and people they argue with, and they have people that they just love to be around,
That's so true.
such as just about every animal in nature.
Yeah, dogs, cats, all of them.
Oh,
Yeah, I love all
exactly.
animals.
I'm the same way. I'm a real animal lover. I can't be around enough animals.
I know. They're so honest.
Oh, exactly. And they'll never tell you anything bad about yourself
No.
because they don't believe anything bad
No,
about
they
you.
don't. And they live in the moment. They're not worried about
Exactly.
tomorrow. Yeah, can learn a lot from them.
Oh, definitely. They don't live in the past. Definitely.
No. Mm-mm.
So now you've got this up and running. Where's the future of it?
Next door.
Okay.
We are hoping to, no, not hoping, we are going to purchase 10 acres. The neighbor agreed to sell us the land. He was never going to sell, learned what we did. So we'll purchase the land, and then we are starting to draw our facility. And we're moving forward. It's God's timing, but I know it's happening.
Now, we might have somebody out there, you never know, that is watching today that might be able to help financially with that or in some way or shape or form. I also hear you take volunteers here sometimes
Yeah.
to help with the horses and
We
things
do.
like this. I know we're going to post it at the end of the show,
Okay.
but do you want to just let people know how it is that they can get a hold of you?
Sure. Probably the best way would be either Facebook, Angel Rain Stable on Facebook, our website, which you'll share.
Yep.
And then we also have an 800 number that's probably the easiest way.
And you can use probably all the help you can get right now.
Yeah.
I know there are a lot of veterans organizations that you're actually getting a hold of too. Melanie Butler was one at the Eagle's
Melanie
Nest,
is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
and there are some other groups,
Yeah.
and it just seems like we're all starting to come together a little bit closer and a little bit closer,
Yeah.
so that we can help out more and more vets.
Yes, absolutely.
I want to thank you for helping our veterans, as well as the women that have been through the human trafficking. Both of them have been through so much, and
Wow.
they deserve a lot more than they've ever gotten.
Yeah.
I want to thank you.
My pleasure. My honor.
If
Where would
can-
we be without our vets? God bless America. God bless those people. That's the least we can do.
Exactly. I totally agree. If we can help on our fellow brothers and sister vets,
Yes.
we should.
Absolutely.
Now, is there anything else that you can think of that you'd like to share with our veterans out there, or?
A big thank you. Thank you, thank you. Because of you, we're able to do this. I'm able to go horseback riding. Because of you, veterans, thank you so much. We can live in peace. And it's so tough for you out there right now, and that bothers me. I wish Americans would just embrace our veterans, and many do, but I wish more did. So we're hoping to change that in some regard.
Exactly. Just let them know that they're important.
Oh, they matter. Very
Exactly.
important.
And not just to some, all of them.
Oh, all of them.
Exactly.
It's not easy. Forgiving others is not easy.
You are God, and there absolutely is no other God. You are.
And we are actually here talking with Jim Logsdon, who's going to tell us a little bit about himself and what he's been up to. And I know that they call you Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah, they do. Sam and I, back in the 80s, were going to a reunion almost every weekend. And Sam would do the speaking. He's usually the speaker at the reunions. And I would go out in the crowd and I would look for guys that were having trouble with PTSD, or they looked like they needed somebody to talk to. But then we had a gentleman start following us around, and we could never figure out why he was following us around. He would come to almost everything that we were doing. And then later on down the road, we found out that he's the one that wrote the story of Forrest Gump. And that's how Sam said that the story was about me and him. And that's how come I'm called Lieutenant Dan now. Everybody calls me the original Lieutenant Dan.
Very nice.
Yeah. It's
You
crazy.
had a whole big movie to put about it. You didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah. Well, a lot of what goes on in there, except for the very beginning, of when Lieutenant Dan loses his legs, that wasn't my beginning. But a lot of stuff that goes on in there, actually, I did, and it actually happened. So. It's like I said, it's just a made-up story, and he used parts of things that he heard about us and put them together. Because if you look, when Forrest gets the Medal of Honor, that is actually Sam Davis's body and Tom Hanks's head. Yeah. That's the kind of an understatement, but yeah. I'm not from Minnesota. I'm from Indiana, and back home in Indiana, I run Mary T. Klinker Vet Center. Now, Mary T. Klinker was the last nurse to die in Vietnam in 1974, but she was from our county, and that's how come we got the name. But it's been a long road to get to Mary T. Klinker. It actually starts back in 1982 at the dedication of the wall and the Welcome Home Parade there, because I saw more people there with two legs that were worse shaped than I was with no legs. And I said to some friends of mine that I was with that we're going to have trouble down the road. And so in this long road, first I started working for the crisis center back home, going out at 2 o'clock in the morning for a vet that was having PTSD problems. And then from there, I worked as a veterans advisor for Steve Daly, who was running for the governor of Indiana. And I asked him, I told him we should take a tour of the Indiana prison at Michigan City. So we did, and I got interested in what was going on in the prison, so I volunteered there. And I volunteered there for a couple of years, and I seen a lot of guys that needed help before they made this big mistake of getting there. One of the guys, he had got, well, he had gotten married and had a family, and he suddenly didn't have any money to take care of his family, so he goes out and robs a filling station. He ends up killing the filling station clerk, and now he's spending life in prison. Now, if somebody had been there earlier, we might have been able to stop the whole mess, and it wouldn't have happened. And so that's the reason Tom Bratchard and I got together and decided that we needed to do something, and so we came up with Mary T. Klinker Vet Center. And then I ended up being the president of it, and we went from a $15,000 budget to now we're up to a $40,000 budget, and we're looking for our own building and our own way. And we take no government funds because no government's going to tell us what to do. We have done everything under the sun. We've gotten guys to rebuild engines for vets so they can go back to work, transmissions, all that. We had a vet that was getting a divorce and was filing to get his children, which he did get his children, but he didn't have any place to live. So we scrounged around and we bought a trailer for nothing, and we rebuilt the whole inside so that the whole inside of that trailer was brand new. Yeah, I have the best social worker, case worker there is. She's almost like, well, you know Mel. She's almost like Mel. That's how tenacious she is, and she gets the job done.
Exactly.
And we seem to be growing. I run a concert for fundraisers, just like Mel does here. There's a lot of similarities of things that we do. We just do it on a smaller scale. I'm hooked up with another organization down in Arkansas, which their organization's primarily for civilians, but they do take vets, and that's called John 3:16, and it's basically the same thing as what we're doing. It's a whole encampment. The guys work. They get up, they work, they clean the camp. But their specialty is cool because they do smokers.
Okay.
And they have 3 of them. And they go out and they may be doing 3 in a weekend in 3 different places.
Oh, nice.
Just raising funds. And they're known for their good food. So when you
Well,
do...
when you're smoking something, that's got to be good.
Yeah.
So then what brought you up here to Minnesota?
Okay, well, one of our clientele got himself in trouble, and we needed a place to put him so that he could work on his PTSD and basically get him out of Dodge because the police department was trying to still nail him. Actually, the thing he got in trouble for is he was trying to do something good and they took it bad.
So you came up here then this week then?
Yeah, then Melanie shanghaied me and...
She has a way of doing that.
Yeah, because I was only going to stay up here a couple days and then I was going to head back home. But I've had a good time, and I think I've helped some people here because I do counseling myself. So,
what's your message to people? Maybe get some good spreading around.
well, we've got to stop this looting and terrorizing, and the only way you're going to do that is if you can get the police to finally start arresting these guys and stop it, because that's the only way you're going to. The only way you're going to stop it is if they know they're going to get corrected, and right now they don't know they're going to get corrected. But I think for the most part, the American people are basically they're sick and tired of it. But we're good people, and we don't want to step in too soon. Yeah, I have a pickup truck that's wrapped in the American flag. And when I drive it around, I can see people smile, and I know it brings warmth to some people's heart. Maybe not everybody, but most people it brings warmth to. Mm-hmm. Truck drivers love me because they'll be honking as I go down the road.
Oh, nice.
You never know what you're going to find. I mean, the other day there was some lady in a BMW comes running down the road. She's about a half a mile from me, but she sees the truck and she's honking the horn from there all the way past me, and she sticks out her arm and sticks her thumb up and goes on by. Yeah, so there's a lot of neat stuff goes on.
Exactly, and it doesn't take much just to make somebody's day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming over. Thank you for talking to us. We appreciate all of your service and everything you've done to help in America and to help our fellow vets.
All right.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
But there's so many backstories to this place. So I wanted to kind of fill in our listeners and the people who watch our show a little bit more about your horses and how you get involved with them.
Oh, well, Lisa, I'll start with I don't look for them. They find me. I'll see an ad, I'll see an eye, and I instantly know that horse is coming home. And ultimately, like today you saw, we brought home a horse we call Hope from a kill lot in Texas outside of Fort Worth. Didn't really know why she was coming home, and I actually swore when I saw her because I always know they're coming home, and this one was like, 24 hours away. But she was meant for Mike. And there's another person that is a survivor of human trafficking that Hope bonded with, but that's why Hope's here, and you saw Mike ride her today.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't look for the horses, they find us. We have 8 rescues out of 11. Each one is amazing. Many were within hours of slaughter, tagged for slaughter. One in particular named Cowboy has earned the hearts of many. Yeah, he came from Louisiana. He was called the Little Buttermilk Buckskin, and one of my best friends and board members, Christine, was very supportive of us bringing him home. I saw his picture. Actually, it was a video on Facebook. I wasn't looking. I'm not on those sites. And he just captured my heart. This little buckskin horse trying to carry this big spurred man. And he got to Louisiana on a Tuesday. I saw him Wednesday, and he was scheduled to ship to slaughter on Thursday.
Wow.
Thursday was my birthday. And I thought, I cannot stand the thought of this horse trying so hard, doing his best for somebody to see him, to save him. And tomorrow I'll wake up with a birthday and he's going to go to slaughter. So I'm crying my eyes out. Made the decision he's coming home within a week. His story in itself could take a long time, but he came home very ill. Didn't know if he'd make it, but I knew if he doesn't make it, he's going to die with dignity and love. But he surely rallied, and he's awesome. He grew a mane, and he's one of the horses behind Angel Rain's stable. He's a little angel. We ride him loose rein, bareback and a halter.
Yep.
That's Cowboy. And they all have stories. Angel, Jeremy, the other vet, just bonded with her. She's blind. Only to learn Jeremy works with blind kids. Mm-hmm. So, just a bunch of rescues. They relate to the people, to everybody. Everybody's got problems. Everyone has issues. Everybody has stuff. And they're just honest, and they're loving, and they're forgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like, you think about the horses. They've been through a lot.
Oh.
They've seen a lot. They've gone through
Starvation.
Exactly.
Abuse, neglect.
And then you pair them up with veterans who have PTSD,
Yes.
who are stressed,
Oh, yeah.
and it's like they magically bond.
There's an understanding.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the other day, we have lessons out here on Wednesdays. A gal showed up, and she had a stock trailer. Actually, this wasn't a lesson, but anyway, she showed up with a stock trailer. I went to get Cowboy to ride with her because he's so steady. He came around the corner and saw that stock trailer with the doors open. I've never seen this before in him. His eyes got wide. He started to shake. This is Cowboy.
Oh, no.
He started to back up. He reared, and he took off up the hill. He saw the stock trailer. He had post-traumatic stress.
Yep, exactly.
And we worked him through it, and now he knows he's okay. But I had a long talk with him. Horses have it too. They relate to the vets.
Oh, exactly.
You
All
know?
Animals do have that. If they're put in the same sort of situation
Yes.
again,
Yes.
they react.
They do.
And you never know sometimes what'll trigger that.
That's exactly right.
But if you're understanding and you're patient and you're
Yeah.
kind, that shows.
They learn to trust again
Exactly.
and forgive.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's cool.
And veterans can learn the same thing.
Yeah, it's so cool.
We have to relearn sometimes to trust again.
Yeah,
We have to be able to relearn to rely on other people.
right.
And that's not always easy.
No, so many parallels.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, I also know that you work with women who go through human trafficking. I shouldn't say women, because there are men that go
There
through
are
this
men
as well.
and children, but we predominantly work with women survivors.
This has got to be a blessing to them as well.
Very much so. Many have shared that this was to save their life. The horses just know, and they can hug the horse. The horse understands. Sometimes people don't want to talk. They just want to be with somebody safe, and these animals are. Yeah, I love.
It's kind of hard to say something it's that huge compared to what you're standing.
Yeah.
You know, to say, okay, well, I don't feel safe. It's like, yeah, with a horse, it's big enough. You have that security.
Yeah, and they're so gentle. They're just so. The horses know. I can't explain it. They just know. Yeah, I love having the survivors out. I love having everybody out.
And it shows. It shows. I know you, as we watched Mike go around, and you could see just that shine on his face.
No, I could cry. So cool.
And you could look at that horse, and you could see that horse kind of, standing just a little bit taller, like, hey, check me out.
She had purpose today and meaning, and I saw it. I saw it on that. We've had her almost a year, not quite. and she's starting to shine. She's got that light in her eyes, and he doesn't know what gift he gave that horse.
And then I turned around and I looked at you, and you have that same exact shine. Just watching them go through it.
It's just,
And I know you said before it's an honor.
oh, privilege.
And it's extremely humbling.
Very.
And
I'm just so honored to be part of it. I'm just kind of along for the ride. It's just
it's
cool.
a great ride.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
And like I had talked to you earlier today, you know, if there's anything that we can do, all you have to do is give us a shout. There's a lot of veterans
Thank
that
you.
could not only benefit from riding the horses, but spending time with the horses.
We love that.
To even coming out here, you know, maybe spending a little time.
You know, Lisa, you've got that so right. Some people they're not into horses or they're afraid of them. I get it. But we have cats, we have dogs, we have nature. It's just nice to sit out here with a cup of coffee and a book.
Exactly.
You know, one day when we have the facility built, I plan to have a porch. Nothing extravagant, but a place where people can sit if it's raining or not. Just sit and read, relax, just relax.
Exactly.
And then if they want to ride or groom, we've got that too. Just need some,
Good Lord provided the natural beauty around here, so.
God is the greatest artist.
Exactly. But yeah, if you know, if there's vets out there that can help with,
Oh,
you know, building the
Wow.
facilities, or
Oh.
you know, helping make the porches, or
oh wow.
you know, do something, anything.
Well, you
And
know,
have the
it's,
time to do it. By all means,
That's-
contact you.
that'd be great. Today was so cute. Jeremy had a fly trap.
Yep.
And I hate those things because, you know, but I love them, but I hate putting them up. And it was so sweet. He put it up for me. So
Exactly.
that's
Exactly.
cool.
And it's just, you know, even the little things
Oh.
that mean so much.
Oh, it's one less thing to do.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No.
And
Everyone's so
I
nice.
know that over at the Eagle's Nest, they have, you know, different organizations that come in, you know, sometimes in, you know, Boy Scout, Girl Scout, Legions.
Oh, neat. Yeah.
Keeper.
Keeper, what are you doing, buddy? Are you joining us? Did you get into something? Aw. You're just saying hello.
But I know sometimes they can, you know, donate. They can,
Oh,
you know,
wow.
help do things or make things
Wow.
happen.
Wow.
You never know who's out there that can maybe lend a hand. If you have a place that has hay and
Oh, wow.
you know, maybe if you need food or I know these things are not cheap.
No.
You know.
That's when you see another rescue, it's like, oh no. But because I believe with all my heart, it's from God. He always makes a way. He always clears the way.
Exactly.
I do what I honestly believe He's asking me to do. I just walk it.
Exactly.
And Melanie Butler's been a great example to me. Oh my God.
Yep, she does the same thing.
She does. She's just down the road from me and she's just so supportive and I'd be lost without her. Yeah. She walks the walk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I have to ask you, is there anything that you want to say that maybe we didn't cover?
Oh man, I'm just so grateful. Grateful to you. Taking your time.
Oh, it's my privilege.
I'm just humbled and I'm grateful, and it's an honor to work with the vets and these strong women who have survived things that I don't even want to think about. And yet they have the heart to try again. So I'm just thrilled to be part of it. Hope I do right by the horses and anyone that comes out. That's about it.